Closet organizer, part the second. Here we go. You're watching On the Mark with Mark. This board here is going to get mounted on the wall in the closet, and it's going to have these brackets sticking out of the side of it. So this spacing isn't even for the 16-inch studs, so I have this nice piece of 3/4 inch. I don't know what this is. It's like 9-ply, and it's got this paper backing on it, super rigid stuff. And the reason I have this really high quality wood is because, see, it goes this way. There's going to be a lot of pressure on these brackets pulling like this. So I wanted a large surface area on the wall because the folding chairs are going to be stacked right on these. This is the back side of this board, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in these T-nuts that I got these little prongs on them that keep them from spinning, and then I'm putting a regular machine screw in from the front side, and then that will be going through this. So I'm not just counting on the threads in wood to hold this thing up, except where it gets screwed to the wall, and then it's getting screwed on with these 3.5 inch by let's see, they're 1.25 inch, 3.5 inches long. So it's a deck screw, real strong. There'll be 6 screws up above where the board is trying to be pulled off of the wall, and just 2 down below where it's pushing in. Plus there'll be some vertical load on these two, and these screws are supposed to be able to handle that. So to get this on here, I want this to be nice and flush. So I've drilled a hole in a piece of wood, and now there we go. It'll go in this way when I do it. Okay, there you can see how that's going to be nice and flush when it goes in this way. But let's see, next I need to drill the clearance hole for this part of the shaft here. Okay, so this is the drill bit that is the same size as clearance for that shaft. In fact, I'm going to drill a test hole here. Yeah, that'll be nice. And then I've also marked how deep I'm going to drill this, because I don't want to go much past that. I'm trying to keep as much strength in this board as I can. Whoa. Boy, that really just dove in there. I am most of the way through now. This is 3/4 inch material. Let's see how these line up here. Is that gonna go in? I think it will. It's a 3/8 inch diameter drill bit. Blew out pretty good, didn't it? I'm gonna try drilling from this side. Boy, that's... Holy smokes. So now the deal is, these guys get pounded in the backside. And then those other brackets will bolt right on. This is the top. This is going to have a shelf mounted on this surface, but I've rounded over the edge of the sides and the bottom. And this is also going to get painted. So now here's the bracket. It's a little bit longer on the top, and it has about a 2-degree incline on it. And we'll put that right over the hole here. On there, not. All right, here's how it's going to work. Chairs come in, and they sit right on there. Like that. And then this is going to get bolted to the wall. And then I've got like 5 of these chairs, so they'll all just slide right on here. And then there'll be no sliding out when you're moving things around in there. Now I'm going to mount this in here before I paint it. So I've marked the bottom of this. This needs to be 21 inches from the floor, and that will give the chair plenty of room to hang. Man, this is tight. I used to be skinnier. Okay, let's see how this goes. Whoa. You see that? Yep, okay. Level. All right. There. I'm going to hang a chair on it and see if it's right. That's the idea. Okay, so this is how it's gonna go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and somehow we ended up with an odd number. There's one more. Anyway, those are gonna hang right there, and then here's where the shelf is gonna go. Okay, this little shelf here, card table I guess it's called, goes in here. The chairs go on over here, and the chairs help hold the table on, and then if you want to get the table out without the chairs, then pull it out like that. Comes out. So that, there's plenty of room for that at the back of the closet, of course, because there's no there's just coats will be hanging in here, so nice and neat. Okay, the paint is dry on this frame now, and you might recall that area where the workpiece got away from me and the table saw decided to chew it up. That is going to end up behind this trim piece on this side here, so got lucky there. So I'm going to put this up, and we're just going to finish nail it in, and then we'll move on from there. And it's a nice tight fit. There's a nice ledge all the way around here now. That will do. I have cut the trim for the inside of this door now, and then I have it clamped in here. And in this case, I'm not able to glue it all together down in the shop and bring it up here, because this piece right across the top is only an inch thick, and there just wouldn't be enough glue there for it to handle being carried up here and nailed on. So I have all three pieces clamped up here, although this top one is just staying in place by gravity. And now I just need to nail it on. I'll catch this other side. Okay, well that went well. Now I have the, I want to call it a striker, but I'm not sure what it is. This board right here, I need to reattach that right here. I had it off before when I was routing out for the latch. To make sure this door would shut right, I went on the inside of the closet and put that thing on while the door was shut, and then I nailed it there so that I got a good, I mean, that just latches just perfectly. So there wasn't much to video while I was doing that, but let's take a quick look at the way this latch looks now. If you recall, this is the piece that I cut out. Someone made an effort to try to get this striker plate to line up correctly. So you can see right here where I cut this section out. Now, part of the joint is behind this piece of wood here, so you don't see that at all. But otherwise, it's right here and it's right here. The grain is a pretty close match. It's really hard to see. If you're not looking for that, you'll never notice that I did that. So I said it would be difficult to fix. It wasn't too bad, but that took some effort there. But boy, is that a lot better look than that. This is sweet because I've already painted the wall, so we're gonna get just a beautiful look here. So that's nice. A little more painting. Now I'm stacking things up here to use my plastic cover on my table a little more efficiently. And done. So this is the lid for the access panel, and then below it is the other board that holds the brackets for the chairs, and then this is the board where the folding table rests on. And I think that's it. This top will probably need a second coat. This is the second coat for the folding table bracket and the chair bracket. So those are going to be ready to go back on. Here's the plate for the folding chair holder. And I've added this diagonal board on here, screwed in from the back. And a shelf is going to get mounted on top of this. So I'm going to screw it to the wall All those screws are on there. This thing is mounted good. Here is the shelf that's going to go on top. Now I just got to cope this around this pipe here, and then this will slide back in there, and should be a nice fit. This shelf I wanted on here because when the chairs are sitting here, it sort of makes a horizontal surface, and things get set on horizontal surfaces. So by making a proper shelf here, things can get put on here, and then they don't have to be moved when you want to get the chairs out. So that's the idea behind this. So I'm going to put a board. Boy, I don't know if I need one. I was thinking I'd put a board across that back wall there for this shelf to sit on. I think I'll fit it first and see if when I get this glued on here, it may be just fine. We'll see how it goes. Now I've cut out the spot for that pipe at the back, and I also sanded the finish off of the bottom back edge because it's going to get glued onto this top surface right here, and then I'll hold it on with some finish nails. No blowout, that's good. And I'm going to put two into here. There is a nice shelf. Now this, let's load this up. That's pretty neat. After painting the bracket for the table, I'm ready to mount it. And the chairs. Now, there's another thing I've got here. Just put this little bracket together here. It's very simple. The ironing board hangs right there, so now that won't be falling over. This is the bracket that I made that's going to hold our American flag in here, so it won't be falling over. There we have it. The hatch is nicely painted, so I'm going to put that in. Let's see how to put it in this way. There it is. And I have a new feature here. When I painted it, this piece of plywood then decided to bow a little bit. Now, this paint is just barely dry, so I'm hoping with a little luck that that'll flatten out over the coming days. But if it doesn't, I'll probably glue some ribs on the back side to try to flatten that out. Now I think we're down to putting the cubbies back in. Like that. that does it for this week. Thanks for sticking with me to the end. This was the closet organizers video. I think there's a few good ideas in here. I hope you pick up some and do your own closet organizing. I didn't buy a lot of things to be able to do this project, so it was pretty easy on the wallet. And now we've got things, we've got a place for everything and everything in its place, which is awesome. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Shoot. Boy, that's a tight fit.